Now what I want to talk about, you guys, is I have another spare rear wheel with a it's a complete rear wheel with a tire on it. The tire is actually brand new. It just has a plug in it. Now what we're going to do with that wheel is we're going to bowl cut it like that one, but we're going to engrave designs in here on both sides all the way around the wheel. I'm going to only do that to the rear wheel. But as you see, when I did this to the swing arm, I think that took me 2 weeks to engrave it. And you see there's like a candy design on the inside, the splash wall underneath. It's even in the front too. You can't even see the designs in the front, but everything's covered. The entire swing arm's covered with this rose and vine design. What happened, guys, is when I was doing this, when I had that engine on my bench, I started getting a little tired of doing it, and I think it took me about 7 months to complete this motorcycle as you see it now. It took me 7 months, and I got a little tired of it, so I had to have a break from this, and that's when I did the Busa over there. But this is actually running pretty good. Now, like I said, I haven't taken this back off. We're going to take the carb off because I want to clean this out. I think there's a couple components in there I never cleaned, and I have a new screw set for it. I want to put that on, and I have a chain guard coming in too. After the chain guard, and I do that to the carb, this motorcycle is actually done. It's actually finished. I have had thoughts about putting a spring seat on here, like an older type of solo seat with the springs on it. I could probably make mounts out of something like this. The reason why I don't like those is you sit up higher. And since I'm actually 6'4", I'm 6'4", I'm 259 pounds, and this is the reason why I made the seat like this and so far down and so far back, because this is actually where the passenger sits on a Rebel. When you're normally sitting on a Rebel on your normal seat, you're actually right here, and the passenger's here. So actually I'll be sitting back here where the passenger is, and that's one reason why I have solid struts, because all my weight's going to be in the back, and that's why I have to have solid struts. Now, believe it or not, this motorcycle is actually, the way I made it with the drag bars in the front, this actually fits me for a 250, a little Honda Rebel. You can ride these, being 6'4", or yeah, 6'4", even 6'6" dude. You can ride these. It's not out of the question. And that's about it. It's just about done. What I should have did is I should have ground this off. I should have did stuff like that. I just might take this motorcycle apart in the future, and what we'll do is we'll grind this off. We'll grind this off to about here, and we'll go down like that, grind that off, make that look like it's just for the exhaust mount. What you do, if you're going to do something like that, you get a magic marker and you draw your line of everything you want to cut off before you take the motorcycle apart. You know, because I did have, my first plan was to have an extended swing arm, which I don't have a TIG welder. If I had a TIG welder, you know, and then another thing I wanted to do too is I wanted to extend the rake on the front, and that's even harder than doing your swing arm in the back, because in order to extend your rake, you'd have to cut it like ahead of that bolt, and you'd have to add some pipe and some metal and some pins And you have to have a TIG welder to do that, or it's not going to work. It is not going to be very safe, and it's not going to work. You know, and then once you extend your rake, then these might have to sit up here. You might have to get that one mod for the handlebars where you can flip them like that, because then these are going to come to the gas tank even closer than they are now. So, yeah, guys, but this is just about done, man. You guys have been with me the entire way this build, from when I got this just as a frame. I'll have to clean that up a little bit. It's holding a charge now. I did have a wire touching on the other side of the stator. There was a wire touching the housing. That's why it was discharging itself. But it's actually holding the charge now. Oh, and I did get the Busa inspected. I got it inspected. Let me see, I think it was Saturday. Yeah, I went on Saturday. I had an appointment on Saturday. I got it inspected Saturday. Now, that Busa is getting all new brake rotors. So the next inspection, it'll have the aftermarket front brake rotors and an aftermarket rear brake rotor. And it may have different tires on it by then. I think if I change the tires, I'll get the Angel GT tires on it. So, okay, guys. I'll catch y'all later, man. Oh, and by the way, thanks for tuning into my channel.